and the thunder rolls. The thunder rolls and the lightning strikes.
Hey, good morning, Cpc Fantasy Football family. It's your host, D-Money, with a special guest, Michael Miller, and the no longer exempt list. I don't even know why he's saying that. But anyway, it should be bad drafter. So, Mike, before we get on to these video predictions this week, tell us what it means to be off the commissioner exempt list.
Well, first of all, it just means.
Well, hold on. I got word from the production crew saying nobody cares about that part. They want to know what our predictions are. So let's go ahead and start with week one.
Okay.
Week one, we got Steel Curtain versus the two-timer. Now we could take that two different ways,
Definitely.
but we could take it as a two-time loser, like 13th place, like twice, but not a two-time champion. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and start off on that game. So tell me what you thinking about that game?
Well, I give Clyde a slight edge because of Michael Thomas. I really like Michael Thomas, and I think Jonathan Taylor in Indianapolis is going to be good. So I give Clyde a slight edge because I just think Thomas and Russell Wilson and Jonathan Taylor are all going to have pretty big games.
I'm gonna go opposite of you this week. Mr. Clyde, he has a lot of uncertainty as on his team with running backs. He got Melvin Gordon. We're not quite sure what he's gonna do in Denver. Then you talk about Jonathan Taylor. You're talking about a totally different dynamic. But his difference in the team. Michael Thomas, yes, I expect the man to get 85 points this game. Unfortunately, that's how the Saints roll with Michael Thomas. But and Leslie, you shocked us all this year, which I still say you auto draft. I'm just picking, okay? Because you went ahead and did complete opposite of what you normally do every year. You always go for a wide receiver. You never go for a running back in the first round. And this year you took Barkley. But I wasn't expecting Barkley to go to you. I thought it was going to go to Greg. But hey, you have a pretty decent lineup. Even though I don't know what Eckler is really going to do without Phillip Rivers in San Diego, but I'm going to give you the edge this week against Mr. Clyde. So Mike got Clyde winning against Leslie, and I got Leslie winning against Clyde. The second one, the one I love the most, is I Give Up versus the Chosen Ones. You know who that is? That is David versus Travis.
Right, Travis is Chosen Ones, right?
Yes. So, David, before I get on to this, David, we asked, buddy, do you have a keeper? You says no. And in the draft, you drafted the guy you had last year in the later rounds. Like I'm talking about like 12, maybe 11, 12 rounds, somewhere around there, as a tight end, and you pick him in the third round. But it is called a keeper, so you would have had him way down here instead of picking him way up here, and you could have picked somebody else. But that's enough on that part. Mike, tell me what you have going on.
I have Travis dominating this one pretty easily. I really like Drake. I almost took him first with my first pick. I like several of Travis' players. I think Brady's going to light New Orleans up. I think it's going to be a shootout that the Saints win, but I think it favors the skill players for those teams. So Brady's going to put up massive points, and so is Drake. I'm not sure if Fournette's even going to start at first, but I like the pick still. So I think Travis wins.
You know, Mike, I think this game right here is going to come down to which Tampa Bay outproduces each other. So David got Ronald Jones, and Travis got Leonard Fournette. So I believe that it's going to come out to which running back can outproduce to give the edge, and I think because Fournette ain't been there long, and Ronald has, I'll give this one to David. On my end, I'm choosing David. So best of luck, Travis, the rest of the year. I'm predicting you to lose week 1. Um, man, you did an okay job drafting, other than this guy behind me. Anyway, so for game 3, we got Hammer Time versus Dream Chasers. What you got?
Oh, I'm rolling with Greg on this one. I'm not predicting Cody to win any games this year at all, especially not while he has Kyler Murray on his roster. So I'm going with Greg because despite Greg not having a quarterback, he's got a solid team other than quarterback. So the quarterback position, the edge goes to Cody. Other than that, Greg wins handily.
Okay, and the only reason why Mike is saying that is you can see he's wearing the number 1 shirt for Kyler Murray. The dude's like obsessed with him, like totally obsessed with Kyler Murray. I don't know why. He act like he's Pat Mahomes or something. Never gonna be Pat Mahomes. But Cody, I commend you on giving Greg some confidence this week going into week 1 by sitting your running backs and your wide receivers to make him think he has an edge? Or is it because you're really confused? You really don't know who you want to pick? I mean, if you just trade me Alvin Kamara for, I don't know, Baker Mayfield, you might not be confused anymore. But anyway, Greg is hoping that he wins this week. He's putting a lot of faith in Mark Ingram, which I stayed away from Ingram this year because he has a ball hog as a quarterback. The quarterback rather runs the ball and hands the ball to the guy that's getting paid millions of dollars to run the ball. Then you add on top of that they got J.K. Dobbins, who everybody's predicting that's gonna have Mark Ingram's production by the time the end of the season comes around. As a backup. So now you're cutting into Ingram's carries and check downs. So, but that said, I'm going to go opposite of Mike again, which he's basing his predictions on hatred right now, by the way. I'm going to take Cody instead of Greg. Greg, I love you, brother, but I told you once and I'm going to tell you again, not this year. Then we got B-Bam versus the Flying Elvises. I'm still trying to figure out how we get Flying Elvises out of here, but what you got, Mike?
I like both of the teams a lot. I think Matt has a plethora of wide receivers that are in high volume offenses that's going to get a lot of targets, and so I think that's going to give him the edge, even though I don't think Pat Mahomes is going to be enough, and I don't care what Yahoo says, Cohen's not putting up 15 points, so
yeah, I agree.
I think Matt wins a close one.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I got Matt winning on that one. That's about the only one we agree on so far. Craig, you really shocked me this year at this draft because I thought you was gonna go for that 2-piece. You like 2-pieces, just like from Popeyes or Danny's, wherever you can get that 2-piece from. That's where you like it. I would say churches, but I don't ever see you go to churches. But I'm shocked that you didn't get Travis Kelce, man. You let your little brother get him. That was a little disappointing in the draft. I think that was the worst downfall than Mike picking 6 running backs and 4 quarterbacks. I mean, like, to me, I was thinking you was about to get that high-end Travis Kelce, Pat Mahomes combo, and you didn't. Like, you went to the Surefine store to get a 2-piece fried chicken that tastes like garbage.
Been sitting out all day.
Yeah, that's been under the hot box at Walmart. It has been sitting out all day. But Matt, I also commend you for picking all the wide receivers. you're hoping that each wide receiver scores 30 points because you really don't have no running backs. But that being said, Matt, you got the victory in week 1 against Craig. Then we have the my cup runneth over versus who that hill. Hold on, before we go on this pick, let me give y'all this one statement. My cup runneth over is from 1952. Okay, now go ahead.
Yeah, this one was the easiest one to pick because I don't like a single player on my cup run with Others team. So this was pretty easy pick. Who that Hill in this one?
Yeah, look, I mean, the man got Frankenstein as a tight end, and then he got Duke Johnson, which Duke Johnson has not had a productive year.
Wait, did you get Duke Johnson in the 3rd round?
I mean, not Duke Johnson. He had David Johnson.
David Johnson. You got him in the 3rd round, right?
No, that was the first
No,
pick for
you
him.
didn't get him in the 1st round.
Wow. Man might have Duke Johnson too. No, he has LaShawn McCoy. So yeah, like if we was going back from 1952, this would be the team right here that would win this year's fantasy football. Then we got Kenny on the other hand that got he got Jordan Howard. I just don't know about Howard or Will Fuller. Fuller gets hurt, Kenny, a lot. So I'm gonna go with Mike on this one and pick Who Dat Hill to win this week.
And it's not because Who Dat Hill is that strong. It's just the other team's weak, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, I can agree. I can agree to that. The next match we have is your match.
Against Caleb.
Yes, it's backup keeper versus no longer exempt. So I know you're about to be biased on this. So go ahead and tell me what you think is going to happen.
Well, depends on if Tua plays. No, I'm not. I'm just joking. I'm not rolling with Tua.
Tua is actually on the bench. He did not.
You're right. I got him thinking that if he ends up being great, I could maybe think about keeping him. That's all I got him for. I got him in. I think I'm higher on Aaron Jones than most people, and so I'm glad nobody traded me. I can kind of the longer nobody trades me, so I can get Kyler Murray, the happier I'm getting with my team. I like how I drafted. I think I got 2 horses in Chubb and Jones, and I think Cam Akers is gonna be the new Gurley, and I think I'm gonna win a close one because I'm not a fan of Matt Ryan at all. And Dalvin Cook's gonna get hurt and not have his handcuffs, so I'll have the Minnesota starter by week 2. I think I win a close one.
He does have handcuffs. He does have Madison.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about something completely different. So
he don't have Chris Carson's handcuff. I do.
You do. I'm thinking of
Now we can make this trade. I'll give you you give me Aaron Jones. I give you his handcuff.
I don't want Chris Carson's handcuff.
Anyway, so he's taking himself in against you, Caleb. Man, Caleb, you got a pretty solid lineup. So do you, Mike, in a way, in a sense. Jarvis Landry, Christian Kirk. That's Why would you pick Christian Kirk over DeAndre Hopkins?
Well, I didn't. Hopkins was 2 picks from falling for me, and I wasn't gonna take Hopkins in round 1. He wasn't worth round 1.
Okay. So that being said, Aaron Jones, I had him. I had Aaron Jones going in the first round of David, but he let me down. So I always knew Aaron Jones was gonna be that productive Chubbs is another one. You put them two with. Yeah, Caleb, I'm gonna give you the loss this week, only because he's probably gonna start Carson Wentz. Wentz is only gonna last half the season. Let's get this straight. Half the season, he can't even be in a parade without getting hurt. Okay, so we're gonna go with that one, and then the final match of the day, we got Thunder and Lightning versus the Christian Boys. Now, I'm going to give you my input first on this. And then after that, I want you to chime in. But, man, I have a lot of uncertainty. I took a risk. I took Clyde Edwards-Helaire as a rookie, Joe Burrow as a rookie, and put a lot of faith in them too. I know Derrick Henry's going to produce. But I put a lot of faith in them too to carry my team. Now it's either gonna work in my favor or it's gonna bite me in the butt. And I think week one, because I have so much uncertainty, I cannot pull for myself. Mark has Lamar Jackson, which I'm hoping Lamar Jackson has an off year this year. And Mark Andrews, at least against me anyway. Every time he plays against me, even if it's in the championship, whatever, I just hope he has an off year. But I'm going to give Mark the victory this week on this one. So what you have, Mike?
I'm actually going. I'm taking you in this one. I like your team top to bottom better. The problem in my mind with picking at the top is the team's so top heavy. Besides McCaffrey and Jackson, I think Derek's better at every other position, and I think the quality of Derek's entire lineup is enough to edge out Mark's two studs.
Really? So
we don't even know if Mostert's going to be playing. I mean, you never know with San Francisco's backfield.
Yeah, but I'm always worried about Robert Woods, and I just got an info saying McVay is planning on using a 3-back rotation week one. So no telling what running back in week one is gonna get the ball. So guys, if y'all got talking to this one right here, any Rams running backs, y'all might not think about putting them in the game. Could bite y'all. He could be just saying that to blow smoke up everybody's rear end. But hey, it was a pleasure doing week one. It's a little awkward having a special guest.
Thank you for inviting me.
I know you've been waiting on it for a few years, so just stay straight, Mike, and you might be able to stay off the exempt list.
Hey, once J.K. Dobbins becomes a starter, my team's gonna look a lot different.
Yeah, that'll be in week 13.
Week 4.
Until then, I'll see y'all next week, guys.
God bless.